Welcome to the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Thursday, April 14th. Over the last 1 to 2 weeks, we've continued to have storms mainly targeting the northern areas of the Great Basin, and we have seen generally below normal precipitation even with this moisture moving through. However, there are some pockets across Idaho, Wyoming, and down into the higher terrain of Utah that have seen near or just above normal precipitation, but still very dry conditions plague much of Nevada. Looking at the new snowfall over the last 72 hours with this latest cooler spring storm that's moved through, we do have some new snowfall in upwards of 6 to 10 inches over parts of the higher terrain of Idaho into Wyoming and down into Utah, and also some lighter, higher elevation snow amounts in the Sierra as well. The snow depth is indicated on the right, and you can obviously see where some of those higher snow amounts are located. But our snowpack, although it has come up a bit with this latest storm moving through, especially across Idaho, Wyoming, and northern Utah, it is still obviously below normal for the time of year, anywhere between about 60 and 80% over northern areas down into Utah, and then below 50% over much of Nevada into southern areas of the Great Basin, including the Sierra. The satellite loop from this morning shows that latest storm system over the Pacific Northwest. Will continue moving eastward and pushing moisture today, along with cooler temperatures and gusty winds over much of the Great Basin. Looking at the weather pattern for later today, again, you can see that storm system with the moisture across much of the Great Basin, and obviously very good dispersion with those gustier winds. Today, the strongest winds will be located from the Sierra across the northern half of Nevada into Utah, Wyoming, and parts of eastern Idaho. These gusts will exceed 40 or 45 miles per hour at times. Mixing heights will remain high region-wide. As we move into Friday, we'll still see more of a zonal westerly flow, but winds will decrease and moisture will be confined more to the far north. Still good dispersion region-wide. So again, winds not quite as strong on Friday as they will be today, but still breezy in the Sierra and over parts of Wyoming, but enough of a wind flow again to keep that dispersion a little bit higher. Mixing heights also will remain good across the basin. As we move into Saturday, we do have a system moving across the far north, but again, drier conditions definitely over the southern areas, but we will see winds pick up yet again with another day of good dispersion. On Saturday, the strongest winds really located across most of the Great Basin, but a little bit stronger across Idaho into northern Nevada and western Nevada and the Sierra Front, where winds will gust above 45 or 50 miles per hour. So again, another day of strong westerly winds across the region with good mixing heights. The forecast clearing index for Utah for the next few days will remain fairly good. Today statewide, high clearing indices, and then they will drop somewhat Friday and Saturday in the north as those winds diminish somewhat, but they will be picking up yet again. Looking at the 3-day forecast amounts of precipitation, again, these systems will continue to target the northern half of the Great Basin. We will see some decent new snowfall amounts in the Sierra, certainly by Saturday, and then also some precipitation in the far north with some new snow accumulations in the higher terrain of Idaho, Wyoming, and northern Utah. But again, southern areas of the Great Basin will still remain dry. As we move into Sunday, we still have this fairly large area of low pressure off the west coast. Generally warmer and drier conditions over southern areas of the Great Basin with still clouds and some light moisture in the north, with generally good dispersion, but not quite as good as what we'll see on the windier days today and Saturday. On Monday, the next storm system moves in. We will see that increase in clouds and precipitation over, especially later in the day, over the northern portion of the Great Basin, but also another day of very windy conditions. So again, windy, dry over southern areas with good dispersion. On Tuesday, that system swings through, so we will see that precipitation again targeting the northern half of the Great Basin with still drier conditions in the south. And then on Wednesday, another deepening trough of low pressure off the west coast with slight ridging over the Great Basin. So we will see winds decrease, especially across the eastern half of the Great Basin with some warmer conditions and still some cloud cover over parts of western areas and maybe even some light showers in Idaho. Forecast amounts of precipitation from Sunday through Tuesday, definitely not quite as much as what we'll see here over the next few days, but some light amounts of precipitation in Idaho, northern Nevada, and parts of the northern Sierra. The 8 to 14 day outlook, taking us from April 21st to the 27th, shows cooler and wetter conditions going through the month of April, as we will have periodic storms moving through the region to give us those chances of precipitation and cooler temperatures, but also stronger winds. So April is setting up to be a fairly windy month, but we will have some systems to mitigate some of the fire danger, especially over the northern half of the region. Again, southern areas still on the warmer and drier side. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back on Monday for the latest updates.